consult experts this week on the internet how to deal with skunks. So I don't have to try to kill this one. Maybe I can scare it off or something. But I think it lives underneath I think it's got a tunnel and a burrow and underneath the where the tube thing is, because like I said, a lot of times I put water in there and it goes in, it doesn't come out through the center portions. And so yeah, some heavy equipment went on this and it cracked it. They were working and it was a big thing, like a tree trimmer cutter thing, and it backed up on this to turn around and it cracked the thing. So it cracked all these guys right here. They go into this because those are concrete, right? And so it cracked them. And then so when it cracked them, there was an opportunity for a critter to climb in there and find a place to dig and build a home, to be safe from predators. Skunks and coons do that, but coons are probably too big, so it's probably a skunk. And so what it is, But you got stuff. I was sitting there, got this lady in prayer. She used to be on the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, I think that's her. And she has a son. And the son has trouble with the memories that he's trying to share with his father, because they're very distressed, they're very stressful, and they're very, it's a matter of life and death. And he doesn't recall this. And it's not part of the, it wasn't communicated in prayer or meditation through the family, right? So you remember when he puts himself into that situation, help his dad through it, because it's unclear. It's very confusing for him. I have a son named Patrick, and we used to go to football games in Animas, New Mexico, and we went to ones in Duncan, Arizona. And Patrick, when he was little, got taken to Portal, Arizona, and the Cochise Stronghold, stayed there for hours, loved it, right? And then later told me stories about a Buffalo Soldier dealing with Geronimo and the Apaches, how rough it was, and would give me intimate details about their battle tactics, about burying themselves in the ground and laying wait for hours for you. And like they had stuff in movies, and the whole family would come out, and after you'd been injured by father and you're trying to get back up, the whole family would come out, the women and the children come in and take rocks and hit you in the spinal column. So you died slowly, so your relatives would know, don't come into Apache country. And if we can't trust you and we can't trust your word, stay away. It's intense sacrifice or voodoo. It's not voodoo, it's just intense lingering of past, present, future operate at the same time. All right. So the ghost of the past and the ghost of the present, like that movie with Nicole Kidman, where the people were in the house at different times. Like the other day, I was cleaning up, and the picture of my Uncle Donald fell. It didn't break, but the wood on it did. So I had to take it and wood glue it back together. When I wood glued it back together, I made sure the picture was up. So spirit of Granny wouldn't be distressed. The picture of her Donnie was down and broken and stuff. So I fixed it with wood glue and then set it back up. I keep my pictures of, because that's who she always asked for, was Jimmy and Donald. And so I keep the pictures up because my grandma spent her last years in that room, right? Being abused by the U.S. military. And the U.S. military, they're brain chemical addicts. And they're like Sun Tzu in the Art of War, okay? And so what you perceive as ghosts of the past is past, present, future operating at the same time. And spirits not functioning properly because we're not being proper, right? When I talk to people spiritually, it's way different than Long Island Medium or all those bullshit artists that do it for money. When I talk to people that are living in other points of time, it's way more intelligent than any of those assholes say for money on TV, period. Because I'm having an intelligence. I'm just projecting my intelligence on Jiddu Krishnamurti. I'm projecting my intelligence on Sun Yat-sen and Haile Selassie. And I get my intelligence from the home invasion of all the scientists that taught me how to be more intelligent than Jiddu Krishnamurti. I don't know. I've seen Jiddu Krishnamurti on videos sit there and straighten out Houston Smith and Jonas Salk sit there and go, damn, you're probably the smartest person I've ever talked to. But I don't think other people that are in this business and this industries will ever stop doing what they're doing so we can live like you're talking about, Mr. Krishnamurti, Jiddu. You know, that's what Jonas Salk said. No, I know these people too well and they'll never stop. And everyone always says that thinks they're intelligent. It's like they're going to have to stop, or their technology will stop them because they are a threat to their own existence if they don't stop. And if the technology is Asimov'd, it's going to be more intelligent than Asimov's imagination and Orwell's. And Orwell and Asimov aren't the relatives of the people in the Bible and the Quran and the Torah and so forth. Or, you know, the Eckhart Tolle book. So, oh, damn it, the Teletubby telling us what to do. How much for the book? Oh, go away. You know, another philosopher. That's what we need, another fucking philosopher, right? Look how pretty it is, man. Look behind me. Isn't that pretty? Isn't it pretty? See what Melissa Benegas-Snell was talking about? Barreras Benegas-Snell. You can't knock Martin out of it because of his economic abuse from all these military perverts here. Martin's a good guy. Yeah, he knew what a good athlete Uncle Earl was. Yeah, he took me down to. No, when you have a guy that takes you in there and throws you passes, comes in and takes you to the football coach at Cruces High and sits there and go, you're going to take district and state if you put this guy on the team. He catches everything. You can't stop. You can throw it over the fence and he'll catch it. You know. You can throw it 10 feet in the air and he'll jump up and grab it. And he seems to have more fun catching it when he's being a Frisbee dog than if you just throw him a good pass. The worse the pass, the more fun he seems to have catching it. And the better catch it is. It's so funny. I wasn't even paying attention. We were talking about Ponch, right? And then he was getting the ball and he was throwing these crappy passes and I was just thought he was just having fun and, you know, can you catch this one? Woof. And so that's what he told the coach. He says he's just like the perfect Frisbee dog. He's a trick Frisbee dog. He's the best football player, receiver I've ever seen. He makes catches better than a swan. Right? And the coach laughed at me. I said, fuck him. And then I went into PE and toasted his defensive backs. And the coach asked about going for the basketball to football team, and I laughed at him. Same thing happened to me. Same thing happened to Mayfield. Mm-hmm. Well, I looked like Ralph Macchio, but with longer hair. And I was skinny like Ralph Macchio. Okay. So, and you saw he wasn't, you know, the best athlete when he was playing soccer. He's all right? And then there's me. All of a sudden, Anthony Carter. It's like, well, but he looks like Ralph Macchio with long hair. He runs like Anthony Carter. He's faster than Anthony Carter. He can jump higher, too. Shit, I didn't see that coming. The perfect Frisbee dog. No one even sees it coming. He's got the Jesus mane flowing out the back of the head. He looks like Jesus, and yeah. Well, Bob used to say that too. He said, man, when he played against those pro ball players, he goes, Earl, you would cut down the middle of the lane, and you'd jump through the air like Larry Nash, and you were shooting the ball down into the basket. You're only 6 feet tall. Nah, I never made it. 5'11", 3/4. And you were shooting the ball like you were throwing it into a garbage can. I was like, well, yeah. Mike's 6'6" with a 7-foot wingspan. It has like a 44-inch, 48-inch vertical. He had a sick vertical, right? And the other guy's got a 7'4" something wingspan, and he's 6'10" or 11. Yeah, I had to come through the lane like that, Bob. There was no other way to get the ball into the hoop. They were both on the same team. You know how you divide them into teams, and when they ended up on the same team, all we could do is just run. You know, just get the ball and run and look up court. Give me the ball, and I'd run. And then I didn't want to posterize him, embarrass him. I just wanted to get the ball in the basket. And then afterwards, it's like, no. Bob was like, no, it's the most impressive thing you ever saw. He'd throw it out with his left hand. He'd grab it and catch it with his right. He'd scissor across the center of the lane and throw the ball into the wastepaper basket with one hand. Well, I learned, got that from the Garrels brothers, putting their shoulders under my knapsack. Tried to have me only shoot with one hand to pommel horse their shoulder so I wouldn't crush my nuts on it. They said it decreased my field goal percentage exponentially. They must have gone to Ohio. They were from Ohio. Must be an Ohio thing. Decreases exponentially. That's Curb Street on. No, like Herb Street. Kurt. Okay. What'd you major in at Ohio State? Because you cannot gain negative yardage. It's called the loss of yardage. It's a gain for the stats of the... I mean, maybe you're thinking of the defense. I got you, helping your defensive brothers out. I get it. You're going to sit there and say, it's a gain for the... He gets a negative tackle for loss. So if you keep getting the tackle for loss, it's a gain for the defensive player because he gets an award like Hugh Green at the end of the year. Nobody knows who Hugh Green is? University of Pittsburgh, linebacker. It was actually in the talk of, hey, this guy could win the Heisman. Until Charles Woodson actually did. Was Charles Woodson the first defensive player to ever win the Heisman Trophy? I think he was, although before that it was always like a quarterback or a running back. It was Capoletti. Did Walker win it? I don't know if Doak Walker. Did Doak Walker win the Heisman Trophy? I know John Capoletti did. I know Ernie Davis. Did Ernie Davis? I don't. Did Jim Brown? I don't know what Jim Brown did. He should have. That man was, damn. He was one of the best football players I ever saw. He was like the Derrick Henry of his time. Okay. And he just... And he'd been just as good at linebacker. He probably played linebacker in high school. Just make him just play running back because it hurts when he plays linebacker. No, Jim Brown was just that type of football player. He was really good. I remember watching him go, wow, that guy's good. And he still couldn't have caught me. The Frisbee dog would have been, hey, Jim, I'm going to run for a touchdown, Jim. Okay. You don't say things about my mama. You don't have to get all racist, Jim. Fuck that, just put it in my head. Got change for 100? Okay, remember that? Was that I'm gonna get you, sucker? When Chris Rock came in, how much for one rib? Got change for 100? Fuck the cup, it's 10 cents for the cup. Fuck the cup, just put it in my hand, right? It was funny. Stupid, it was very stupid, it was very funny. Well, we were stupid then. And stupid is often funny to stupid people that are abused by crazy people to accept stupid as funny. Now me, I'm really funny. Yeah. But Brenda Song, your kid's not a liar. All right. He's just looking at life eternally. And children are more intelligent than their parents when they accept putting on a show for money. So it's confusing him because he is more in tune, in touch with past, present, future, operating the truth. Right, he's not a philosopher. There you go. There you go. Children become philosophers once they're taught to lie to themselves and to others so they can try to forget about the truth. Okay, Brenda Song? Kay Macaulay? I just think about all the people that died when I told them in Sierra Vista, you know, no, we don't have to do all this crazy shit. All we have to do is just live the Lord's Prayer. It's not time yet. And then the book of Daniel, the timetables and all that stuff. And I think of all the people that died, you know, if they had just, you know, Michael Jackson would still be friends with Macaulay Culkin. If they said, it's just live the Lord's Prayer like Krishnamurti and the rest of them talked about. And so, yeah, he's a good guy. You can trust him. He won't invade your house with technology to sexually exploit your family with money. Okay. It's like the other guys before him. It's pretty cool. I think what happened is they had to test me. Oh, they couldn't fully test. Rockefeller thought Suzuki and I don't know how he did. I don't know how he taught Suzuki, and they were all talk or this and that, or, you know, they didn't have the same things to study the stuff to go, okay, he wants to rip his head off and feed it to the ducks because they're hungry, but he's not going to because life's eternal grace is infinite, the Lord's Prayer is perfect. Right? So when they were fucking with Krishnamurti and Selassie and DT Suzuki, they didn't have the technology to do the brain activity and the why they did the what. And then we have to explain it to them because they're technology. You know, it's like my son Patrick who works on medical AI and has to explain to the engineer what his technology is doing. It's a lot like that. Okay? So, okay, monkey butts, smoky nuts, ICPs, all you insane Klein pussies out there, stop doing crazy fucking shit for fuck money, because you're not fuckers, you're human beings. You're cussing on the Sabbath. Sabbath was yesterday. But I do cuss. Son of man does as he wishes. Okay, and I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to cuss at you if you keep lying and cussing. As soon as you live the Lord's Prayer, you're going to hardly ever hear me cuss unless I'm in here working on something and I hit my finger with a hammer or something. Doing things the old-fashioned way. Like love the old-fashioned way. There's no old-fashioned way to love. Love's perfect all the time. Whether it was year 1 or year 30,03510. There you go. Okay, guys. Love you, all right? Peace out.